Your LPG supply may be cut if you do not shift LPG to PNG. The government has given you a 3-month deadline, but does this rule really apply to everyone? Right now, a lot of people are assuming that if they don't do this, their LPG gas supply will be stopped. But that is not the case. Let me make this very clear. There is absolutely no need to panic. First, let's understand what is actually happening here. See, due to the Iran-Israel-US war, an LPG crisis has already started in India. In fact, many restaurants have shut down because of cylinder shortages. Not only that, people were also standing in long queues for cylinders because there were no cylinders left in their homes. And some are still facing supply issues. Now, looking at this crisis, the government has issued a new order asking people to shift from LPG to PNG. But does this rule apply to everyone? Will your LPG supply stop if you don't do this? Many people are panicking about this right now. Then let me tell you again, this is not the case, and why I will explain. Hello, I'm Khatija and you're watching Deep Dive on Lokmat Times. And before I break down every detail, do subscribe to our channel if you haven't already so you never miss any update. Let's first understand what this new rule actually says. According to the government order, in areas where PNG pipelines are already available, households are being asked to shift from LPG cylinders to PNG within 3 months of being notified. If they do not apply for the PNG connection within that time, LPG supply to that specific address may be stopped. Now you must be wondering, does this apply to everyone? The answer is no. The rule does not mean that every household in India will suddenly lose LPG supply. It applies only in places where PNG infrastructure is already in place and technically feasible. So if your area does not have pipeline gas, this rule does not automatically affect you. That is why there is no need to panic. And now let's understand what PNG actually means. PNG stands for piped natural gas. Let me also explain LPG first so the difference becomes very clear. LPG or liquefied petroleum gas is the gas that comes in cylinders. Most homes in India use LPG for cooking. You get it delivered in a cylinder and once it finishes, you need a refill. PNG on the other hand comes through a pipeline directly into your home. It is a continuous supply system, so you do not need to order cylinders again and again. It is connected like a utility service. So the main difference is simple. LPG comes in cylinders and PNG comes through pipes. LPG needs manual replacements when the cylinders runs out. PNG keeps flowing through the pipelines as long as the supply is active. Now let me also tell you about 2 more types of gas you may hear about, that is CNG and LNG. CNG means compressed natural gas. This is mostly used in vehicles like cars, autos and buses. It is stored under high pressure and used as fuel for transport. LNG means liquefied natural gas. This is natural gas cooled to an extremely low temperature so it becomes liquid. It is usually used for long-distance transport and industrial purposes, not directly in homes. I hope you understood the difference between them. Now let me give you a very simple example. Suppose that your building already has a PNG pipeline. The gas distributor sends a notice saying you need to switch within 3 months. If you apply and get the connection, the gas continues smoothly through the pipeline. But if you ignore the notice, LPG refills for that address may be stopped. But again, this does not mean that every household in the country is being forced to abandon LPG. It is only for places where PNG is already available and can be used. So what does this mean for ordinary people? For most people, the message is very simple. Check whether PNG is available in your area or building. If it is, then you may get a notice asking you to shift. If it is not available, this rule is not something you need to panic about. This is why many people misunderstood the headlines. The headlines made it sound like LPG cylinders are being banned everywhere, but that is not true. The rule is much more specific. It is about areas where pipeline gas is already there. So that was a deep dive. If you found this video useful, make sure you like, share and subscribe to Lokmat Times for more such stories. See you in the next video.